Janice Pennington, born July 8, 1942 in Seattle, Washington, USA, is one of the most prominent models and actresses of the 20th century, best known for her role as Barker's Beauty on the television show The Price is Right. At 82, she has left behind a remarkable legacy in the entertainment industry, not only through her elegant beauty and charm on screen, but also through her relentless efforts to overcome personal and professional challenges. Janice's life has been an inspiring journey, from a young girl passionate about the arts in Seattle to a television icon beloved by millions. However, behind the spotlight, she has carried with her deep sadness, personal loss, and moments that forced her to face complicated emotions. From the loss of her second husband to challenges in her career, Janice Pennington has experienced many events that have shaped her into the person she is today. Perhaps the greatest tragedy of Janice Pennington's life was the loss of her second husband, Friedrich Fritz Stammberger, a renowned German mountaineer. The couple married in 1974, but just a year later, Fritz disappeared during a solo climb of Mount Tirich-Mir in Pakistan in 1975. For years, Janice lived in uncertainty, not knowing whether her husband was alive or dead. She spent much time and resources searching for him, contacting the authorities, and even hiring a private investigator to investigate. The loss was made all the more painful when she discovered, years later, that Fritz may have been involved in a secret CIA mission to establish mountain bases along the Afghanistan-Pakistan border and was killed in a skirmish with Soviet forces. This information, while bringing clarity, opened a new wound as she realized that he was more than just a climber, but also harbored secrets she had never known. In the book Husband, Lover, Spy, A True Story, which she co-authored with her current husband, Carlos de Abreu, Janice shares the pain of losing Fritz and the years of living in fragile hope, only to be confronted with the heartbreaking truth that he was gone forever. This sadness was not only a personal loss, but also a sense of betrayal by the secrets Fritz kept, which forced her to confront questions about trust and love. Another sadness in Janice's life was the difficulties she faced in balancing her career and personal life. As one of the original models on The Price is Right, she spent nearly 3 decades building her television presence, but this also meant sacrificing a lot of time for her family and friends. She has shared that there were times when she felt lonely, especially when faced with pressure from the public and the media. Her fame brought her fame, but also put her in a constant spotlight, where her every move was scrutinized. This sadness was deepened by her inability to have children, something she had hoped would bring new meaning to her life. Although she found joy in her role as an aunt to her nieces and nephews, the absence of her own children left a void in her heart. Janice Pennington's career is a story of perseverance, talent, and the relentless effort to establish herself in the fiercely competitive American entertainment industry. She began her career as a model in the 1960s, appearing in print ads and on the catwalk. Her natural beauty and grace caught the attention of producers, and in 1972, she was selected as one of the first 4 models on The Price is Right, the hit television show hosted by Bob Barker. The role made her a household name with American audiences, as she appeared in over 6,000 episodes, presenting prizes and interacting with contestants with her bright smile and professional demeanor. Her presence on the show not only helped shape the image of The Price is Right, but also established her as a symbol of beauty and elegance in the television industry. In addition to The Price is Right, Janice also tried her hand at acting, with small roles in films such as I Love My Wife, 1970, Lucas Tanner, 1974, and Martial Law, 1998. Although she did not achieve great success in acting, these roles showed her versatility and her desire to go beyond being a television model. Another notable achievement of hers was co-founding the Hollywood Film Festival with her husband Carlos de Abreu in 1997. The event was not only a platform to honor filmmakers, but also a way for her to contribute to the entertainment industry in a new way. Her book, Husband, Lover, Spy, A True Story, was also a milestone, as she shared her personal story with the public, turning her pain into an inspirational work. However, Janice's career was not without its setbacks and challenges. One of the most memorable moments was a serious accident in 1988 when she was hit by a camera during a recording of The Price is Right. The incident caused her to fall off the stage, lose consciousness in front of the audience, and be rushed to hospital. The surgery left scars and made one shoulder shorter than the other, forcing her to stop wearing swimsuits on the show. The accident was not only physically damaging, but also emotionally devastating, as she faced the fear of losing the perfect image that audiences had become accustomed to. Although she returned to the show after recovering, the incident left a deep mark on her mind, causing her to sometimes wonder if she could continue to live up to the expectations of the audience. Another setback was when she was terminated from The Price is Right in 2000, after Pearson Television took over the show. After 28 years of dedication, leaving the show was not only a professional loss, but also a personal shock, as she felt like she had lost a large part of her identity. In an interview, she shared that leaving the show was one of the most difficult moments of her career, because she considered The Price is Right a second family. The efforts that made her cry were often related to the pressures of maintaining a perfect television image. She said that there were days when she had to work 12 hours straight, standing in high heels and keeping a smile despite the fatigue. Once, after hearing the news of Fritz's disappearance, she had to go on stage just hours later, hiding her grief to finish the job. Such moments, although not widely publicized, are a testament to her resilience in the face of life's challenges. What Janice Pennington has always strived for is not just fame or commercial success, but also leaving a legacy in the entertainment industry. One of her biggest goals is to become a television model who is recognized not only for her beauty, but also for her professionalism and ability to connect with audiences. Becoming one of the first Barker's beauties and maintaining this role for 28 years is a proud achievement, as she helped shape an iconic television show. Her perseverance in overcoming difficulties, from her accident in 1988 to the show's demise in 2000, shows that she is not only a model, but also a strong woman who is ready to face challenges. In addition, Janice strives to be a positive influence in the entertainment industry. Co-founding the Hollywood Film Festival is a way for her to support young filmmakers and promote creativity in the industry. She also wants to be remembered as a woman who overcame personal loss to continue to contribute through her book, Husband, Lover, Spy. This work is not only a story of loss, but also a reminder of the power of perseverance and hope. She is also involved in charitable activities, supporting educational, medical, and arts organizations, as a way to give back to the community that has supported her throughout her career. Although she does not have children of her own, she finds joy in being an aunt to her nieces and nephews, and she strives to be a positive role model for them, encouraging them to pursue their passions and live meaningful lives. Love and marriage were an important part of Janice Pennington's life, but also a place where she faced deep sadness. She was married 3 times, each marriage bringing different experiences and lessons. Her first marriage was to Glenn Jacobson, which lasted from 1964 to 1974. Although there is not much public information about this relationship, it can be speculated that it ended due to irreconcilable differences, perhaps related to the pressures of her rising career. This marriage, although short-lived, was an important part of her journey to adulthood, as she learned to balance love and personal ambition. Her second marriage to Fritz Stammberger was the source of her greatest sadness in her life. Fritz, a famous mountaineer, was not only her love, but also her companion, who brought her a sense of adventure and passion. His disappearance in 1975 plunged her into despair, as she lived in uncertainty for nearly a decade before he was declared dead in 1984. In a heartbreaking incident in 1976, while she was taping a late-night episode of The Price is Right, host Dennis James accidentally mentioned the rock climber Fritz from the game Cliffhangers, causing her to burst into tears and run off the stage. The moment, though coincidental, revived the pain of her husband's loss, forcing her to confront the emotions she had tried to hide. Her third marriage to Carlos de Abreu, which began in 1984, was a highlight of her life. Carlos, a Mozambican writer and producer, became a trusted companion, supporting her through the most difficult times. Together, they wrote Husband, Lover, Spy, and co-founded the Hollywood Film Festival, showing a bond not only in love but also in shared goals. However, even in this marriage, she faced challenges, especially when she had to learn to trust again after the traumas of the past. Her sadness in love was not only loss, but also a fear of losing loved ones, a fear she carried with her after Fritz's death. As for children, Janice Pennington did not have any of her own, something that may have been a source of regret in her life. Although she did not,